Hello, little one. Don't you think you're on the wrong side of the fence? Don't you think you're on the wrong side of the fence? Miss Sassy, Mr. Tank, Miss P, two young men, my handsome, handsome boys. Hi, Charlotte, Wilbur. Hey, guys. Hi, Wilbur. Wilbur, handsome boy. Oh, look at big boys. Chicken business. What do you think, P? What do you think? This fence thing's still new, huh? Hello, Miss Sassy. Hi, sweetheart. You're not supposed to be out here. No, you're not. Hey, Wilbur. Hey, Wilbur. And the handsome boy. Hello, Piggy, Piggy. Hello, Piggy, Piggy. Our canna lilies are starting to come up nicely along the fence row. And wow, the cosmos I threw in here are going crazy. Marigold's about to bloom. Elysium's looking good. Got some ground cover down. And a milkweed in here. Several things in pots over here, doing great. Looking good. Shouldn't be too long till we have lilies blooming. And look at that, we've got some 4 o'clocks coming up. Our sage is great. We've got a cat-dog fight going on over here. Nothing but love from the farm. Or the homestead, as it were. I just moved this big bucket up here so that I can plant it out. So that should be fun. We got a chicken saying hello. Hi, beautiful. Hi, beautiful. You like all this scratch out here? Yeah, our flowers are starting to come up. Good, 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 good. Beautiful evening. Oh my gosh, look at this. So we need to get these babies planted right here. They're going to go in the big black tub that's there. Got some nasturtiums, which I'll be able to up-pot. Look at this ground cherries. Oh my gosh, they're huge. The nasturtiums, tomatoes, cosmos, more tomatoes, more nasturtiums. Look at all of that. Lots of pineapple ground cherries, peppers, squash, more tomatoes, more ground cherries, more peppers. Thai basil looks amazing. Lemon balm looks really good. Comfrey's coming along beautifully. Very nice, very nice. Different variety of nasturtiums. Peppers need to be drained of all that extra water. Look at these guys coming in looking great. Still a lot of babies left. And probably another 100 tomatoes in the house. More okra. As well as probably 150 more tomatoes. Look at the tomatillo that I put in the ground less than a week ago. Just look at it. It's doing so good. There's another one. Ground cherries are hanging in there. Look at that baby. Beautiful. Not bad for what was basically a naked hillside a couple of weeks ago. Looking good. This was my mom's little side garden. It's in a washout area she had me put in last year. She didn't think that most of the stuff would take, but look at the beauty that has come up in perennials from last year. Obviously there's a weed or two, But for the most part, I'm very, very impressed. Look at this. Look at this. Just look. Gorgeous. Even with all the flooding rain that we've had and the animals eating it all down, it's coming back. Looks good. So the vegetable garden has a few flowers. As you can see, we've got a ton of Radishes that's about to go crazy. Snodgrass, daylilies, big potato patch, cleaned up this weekend. Oxalis probably needs to be moved. One little rose that's trying to come back, some dianthus. And then of course our peonies, which they have put on such a show. And I only got just a few pictures. But I just want you guys to see the magnitude of these blossoms. They're gorgeous, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And then of course the rest of the potato patch, freshly mulched in this weekend. We still have a lot of radishes. Some of them are starting to bolt, but we're still getting good yield. We've come in between, started putting in our okra. The first of 3 varieties that we'll put in this year. Peonies, love the peonies. Cabbage is still doing really good. We put the first 2 tomato plants into the garden. Everything has been being up-potted and, you know, slowly taking its time. We just planted these in yesterday. Got a few green beans that blasted the frost. Another tomato plant that we got put in the ground yesterday. Definitely excited to get that process started. Our eggplant that we did live last week is looking pretty good. We look really close there. We got things starting to happen. It's beautiful. Our garlic is just about ready to harvest. We still got some broccoli and kale. Started popping in some summer flowers and vegetables in amongst this row. Like I said, it won't be long before we're harvesting the garlic out and we can plant along that row. Onions doing good. Collards just coming quite along nicely. Peas, not so much. I had help in the garden and accidentally some got pulled up. It's just rained so much. I think peas are just going to be a no-go till the fall. And that's okay because we've got this tall trellis up and ready to go to plant something else. Fantastic. Look at this beautiful cabbage. Onions on either side. Need to pop off a few of those blooms. Over here we have our Arugula bed, which has bolted, and I love the blossoms on these. They're just gorgeous. Love them, and so do the pollinators. So because I don't need the spot just yet, we're letting them do their thing. Now guys, if you're not familiar with dragon tail radishes, oh my gosh, you have got to try these things. Instead of eating the root of the plant like you would with most plants of radishes, these make these beautiful blooms, right? And even once they've started to fade like this, they're still gorgeous. And then they put on these green pods that then turn like this. And you eat these and they're delicious. Stir fry, salads. These are a must do in the garden and too much fun. Look at this lettuce bed. I cannot believe we have harvested so much lettuce, given lettuce away, and still it just keeps coming on and coming on. It's doing so well. This one is my favorite. This is a beautiful red leaf, delicate, delicious lettuce. When we have folks come by for plants or animals or eggs, we've been also selling some of this lettuce and other produce that's available. Look at my curry, guys. I thought she was for sure a goner. And she came back along with her little friend over there, even with a hard winter. This is a bed that we completely planted last year and let winter out. And these beets came up after all of our hard frost. Right now, we're just harvesting the greens, trying to weed as we can and let those do their thing. Half of my oregano, I wish you guys could melt your face into this. It's just gorgeous. It's actually time to harvest it. Anyway, I took half of that and moved that elsewhere. But look in here. We've got marigolds, and we've got pretty flowers, and we've got onions, and we've got garlic and curry. And yes, I popped in a peon. And beets. And these are Brussels sprouts. I wasn't sure we were going to have any luck with Brussels sprouts. And I figured in the worst case, we'll have some delicious food to feed our animals. But we might actually get a few, which will be fun. Fun. All right. Over here, we have our kohlrabi, which, guys, I've always wanted to plant this. Never have had the opportunity before. Last year, I couldn't find seeds. This year, I found seeds. And with the loss in the family and the other things that were going on, the nasty, crazy weather, I didn't get them started early enough, apparently. But I'm watching them grow. They might have a chance to do something. But either way, they will be food for the animals, if nothing else. Now this over here, it looks sad. It looks very sad. But I tried twice on either end of the same weekend that I sold this at my girlfriend's house to do Swiss chard. Hers is glorious. Mine, on the other hand, is a bit on the puny and the small side. But it is delicious. It's still tender. It's still really starting to come on just now, which is amazing to me. Because, I mean, you see the size of the plant. They should be so large. But, hey, it's okay. They're beautiful and we're letting them do their thing. I always like to have some flowers in the garden. So we've got a few daylilies, a few irises, and a stand here. And this is a bed that I have not done anything with since last year. Had a couple strawberries come back after our hard winter, but not much. And this spot's just too low for strawberries. We have drainage issues here, and if you're not in a raised bed, then your early stuff is always going to wash. So I'm thinking the solution is going to be to build some type of raised bed here. And I'm seriously thinking about putting our different types of okra and some things like that in this bed, because it is a wider, fatter bed than some of the other ones, and I think it would do well with cluster planting. Down here we have our asparagus, which a lot of it was too small when it came up because I didn't fertilize at the end of the year. And so I'm simply have been letting it bolt. Once it bolts out completely, and these little buds do what these little buds do, then as it starts to change color from the top, I'll trim it back, and slowly it'll rebuild those rhizomes. And now we're starting to get, you know, actual good-sized stalks of asparagus. So we'll go from there. It yielded last year from February to September, October, November. So, yeah, maybe she needs a year of rest. So over here, where this dog is being bad, get out. Off, get out. We just finished building this bed. I hoed it out last night with some troughs so that I could augment the soil a little bit. I would love to tell you this is a no-till. This is from the soil that was a no-till. This whole bed here that you see was the pepper patch. Well, half of it. this half of it was the pepper patch last year. This side over here, I did some long rows around the back edge that went all the way down to about right there. But we only had about half the planting space. But that is where our pepper patch was last year. We did the no-dig deep mulch method with that. Great success, prolific peppers. And so this year we took a cultivator, broke up the really great, wonderful dirt that we created over the last couple of years. As you can see, it's dark and rich and beautiful. And put it into these 2 raised beds. The one at the end is 8 by 4. And we have actually planted it quite thickly on purpose. And I'll tell you a little bit about what's in here. Down here at the end, when you first walk into the garden, we've got some nasturtiums, cosmos, a sunflower, some cilantro, and then our peppers are all down this side here. I think if I remember correctly, we did 8 or 9 peppers, but a couple of them got bit back pretty hard and I wasn't sure that they were going to do great, but I wanted to try to get that variety in. And peppers like to hold hands, so they're going to be on this side. Now over here you see a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of cucumbers. And what we will be doing is putting in a double cattle panel trellis arch that goes from here up and over to here. So this whole bed over here, and then more than half of this bed over here, because it's 13 feet long, will have the ability to vine a lot of produce onto it. So on this side will be the cucumbers, and on this side is going to be our squashes. And so that means we have the rest of this long bed with a lot of volume to plan out also with our summer crops. My mullein looks pretty rough right now because of all the rain, but oh my gosh, I've got a nice little patch started. We have a tiny little strawberry bed, but that's okay. They're putting off runners like absolutely crazy. Look at this. So what we'll do is we'll just propagate off of this bed, and next year hopefully have a bigger bed, more permanent bed. These, believe it or not, are from last year. And they're yellow. Wow, that strawberry was so sweet and so tart. Something has been digging in my bed. Yeah. See, strawberries. So we're just moving from that bed over there down here when they get to be too much, or we find one that's come up from last year somewhere. Now we just reclaimed this area this weekend, and this is the bed that I used last year. We used a hugelkultur method in all of these beds that's down here. And this one, once it broke down last year and we continued to augment the soil, it was the perfect place for doing my seed starts once I could get outdoor germination last year. So this year, what I probably would end up doing is popping things in there that their permanent place isn't ready, but I want to get them out of their pots. Or I might just fill it up with flowers. Who knows? This bed, we started that process and then we stopped at the smaller to medium-sized sticks because there was animals that were running around all inside of this area, like all of it. So we are going to finish building up the sides of this bed, right? So you'll have 3 different tiers. Clean these out and we can replant them now that we are reclaiming them. This, my friends, is our meat birds, which we only got a few for our first go round because butchering a bunch of chickens, if you've never done it before, is hard work. It will be my husband's first time, and so we didn't want to overdo it. However, we will definitely be getting more meat birds, and when we do, the plan is to do some sharing with friends and family for the procurement of and butchering of those birds. So there's my little fat babies. guys. Say hello, world. Hello, friends. I think they're cute. Even though they're ugly fat birds, they're still cute. They make wonderful, delicious food. All right, so it's not anything to write home about at this point in the season. However, get out of that garden right now. Out. Out. Bad puppy. But we do have from one end of the main garden, which is here, all the way to the other end, at least planted with its first, if it's not its second round of food for this year. And there's other areas of our life that maybe we've neglected a little bit in this pursuit. We have some weeding to do and some more mulching to do here. But other than that, things are looking wonderful, and we're getting done what needs to be done to be good stewards of this home, this place, and to be able to provide for our family with nutritious food. And along the way, we're able to do some trades with friends and family and barter. These are my perennials. They are getting not enough sunlight, I think, and I believe they need to be moved. So more than likely, one of those beds at the other end of the garden that's not 100% filled up yet will end up with some more perennials in it, because those girls need some more love. On that note, we thank you for taking the time to join us on the homestead. We pray that everyone stays safe and be blessed. I see you seeing me. Later. Later, alligator. Here comes our other piggy friend. Piggy, 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 piggy. Piggy, 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 piggy. Are you hiding behind the tire? You think I can't see you, don't you? Piggy, 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 piggy. Piggy, 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 piggy. You always stay afar, don't you? The most unfriendly pot-bellied pig I've ever met. But you're there. Trying to zoom in on you, but it's not working too good. Hi there. Hi there. Oh, there's his face. There's Mr. Piggy, 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 Piggy. Piggy, 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 Piggy. Piggy, Piggy.